Are you okay?
Hey friends, how's it going? Ash here. Welcome back to Extra Gents. Hope that you're doing well. Today we're going to be going over the newest fragrance in the low DC line, low DC per ohm Solar Lavender, of course, from Issey Miyake. And this one follows up Owen Cedar and low DC vetiver. Of those two, I think low DC vetiver, much better. Low DC vetiver, simple, clean, easy wearing vetiver scent, and I can always use one of those. I mean, you can pull that thing off about anywhere. Just a grab and go, dumb reach kind of fragrance. Owen Cedar, not a huge fan. Now, that on my skin does not last long at all. So those are the two that came before this one, Solar Lavender. They all have a similar wooden cap style. This one I ordered from Europe, but I'm sure it's gonna pop up at discounters before too long, as usually happens with these. Now, this is a first impressions video. I did just get this in a couple days ago, so I've only been able to wear it a couple of times. So keep that in mind. Before we jump into the fragrance and start breaking this one down, start talking about it, here are a bunch of different codes that you can use should you shop online at any of these different websites. So you know the drill, check those websites out. If there's anything that you want, use the code to save yourself some money. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this presentation here so we can start talking about the fragrance. It didn't work how I thought. I was just trying to spin it. Yeah, no. So here we have the box. You have the name of the house, name of the fragrance, size and concentration on the front. Eau de Toilette Intense is the concentration here. Nothing on the sides or the top. On the back, you have a lot of information. You have your ingredients, you have your barcode, you have a QR code. Then you have some info on the fragrance itself. When water meets lavender, a vibrant lavender from natural origin, ethically sourced, enhanced by the freshness of water. Then it says 93% of the ingredients are of natural origin. Then you have a 100% wooden cap, no plastic. Is that true? There's no plastic in here? I'll be danged. There's not even on the inside. So usually they would put like a little plastic piece on the inside here, but no, it is indeed all wood. On the bottom, you got the name of the fragrance, size, concentration, all that stuff, and your badge code. Mine is 3333B9. That's right, 3333B9. And here we have the bottle. I actually like the look of this one. A very faint purplish tinge to the glass itself. You have the name of the fragrance and house on the front there, the wooden cap that we just took a look at, and then on the bottom you have your badge code etched into the glass. And what do you say we go ahead and spray this on, or at least on a tester strip. Here we go, let's check it out. There we are. And nice little purplish gray almost color to the atomizer as well. And I just noticed on the back of the box here, it says can be worn in the sun. Great. Dermatologically tested fragrance. Okay. Have I missed something? Like, are you not allowed to wear fragrances outside in the sun? Is that a thing? Well, I know for sure you can wear this one. So, yay. Do all the other ones cause skin cancer? Like, are we in trouble right now? So Solar Lavender, how does this smell? Well, the note breakdown for it is extremely simple. Yes, they have given us, once again, one of those very dumbed down, simplified note breakdowns, giving us a whole whopping 3 notes, one in the top, one in the mid, one in the base. Those notes are in the top, Sichuan pepper, in the mid, lavender, and in the base, cedar. So yes, again, very simplistic note breakdown. To be fair though, the fragrance does come across a little simple in the way that it smells. And all the fragrances in this line to this point have been a little bit more on that side of things. Fresh, simple, just things that you can very easily wrap your head around. Nothing too complex going on, nothing overly artistic or anything like that. Just something to grab, spray, and go in spring and summer. That's essentially everything up until this point of the 3 fragrances that have popped out in this line, or in this flanker line of low DC fragrances that they've been doing lately. So when you first spray Solar Lavender on, you get a citrus note, even though there's not citrus officially in the note breakdown. You get a nice zingy citrus, again, very clean, very fresh, uplifting, and it melds together very well with the Sichuan pepper. So it's zingy, it's lively, it's a very fresh spiciness from the Sichuan pepper, and it melds with an almost lemony sort of citrus. You know, it's not sharp, but it's not a really sweet, heavy citrus. Again, things here are very uplifting, very brisk initially. And you can pick the lavender up very quickly as well. Now, the lavender that's in here is going to be, again, more of a fresh, watery lavender. It's not a heavy lavender. It's not creamy. It's not super sweetened or anything like that. So for some people, when they think lavender and a masculine fragrance nowadays, they'll lean more toward these fragrances that are quite sweet, very strong fragrances, and that type of lavender. But this is more just kind of sparkling initially, the way that it comes across. But it is noticeable, very noticeable to me, the lavender. And actually, my son, I sprayed this fragrance on and he immediately was like, why does that smell like my old stuffed animal? And we're talking years ago, so I was kind of like, what are you talking about? But he used to have this stuffed animal. I'm sure a lot of you out there are aware of them, but they're ones that you can like heat up, right? And they have a lavender scent profile to them. It's supposed to be something that you give to a kid and then they smell it and it's warm and they fall asleep, right? And he was like, that smells exactly like the, stuffed animal that I used to have. And I was like, was it this? And he was like, yep, that's it. And this has never ever happened before, but this one being lavender forward in this particular type of way, he immediately recognized that and was like, oh, I know that smell. It smells like my stuffed animal that you used to give me when I went to sleep, but still, I just say that to say it does have a very prominent lavender scent profile to it, just maybe in a different way than people are more accustomed to nowadays. But yes, sparkling, watery, aquatic, clean, fresh lavender, you get that pretty much right away. The Sichuan pepper, that citrusy pop off the top, that fades quite quickly as well. The longer it stays on your skin, the lavender starts to get a little powdery, soapy to an extent. So still fresh, still clean, but nowhere near as vibrant as it is in the opening. And then the cedar, the woodiness that's in here, almost a nondescript clean woodiness, really. It doesn't have a lot of character necessarily, the cedar that's in here. It's not something where you smell it and you go, wow, what a rich cedar note. No, it's more like, oh, yeah, clean, nondescript woodiness. That comes in pretty quickly as well once that top starts to fade down. And then that's really it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You get, as I said, a little more of the soapiness from the lavender that comes out as it dries down, but that's pretty much the fragrance. So this one has some things going for it, and it has some things not going for it. Where do we start? I guess we'll start with the positives. If you're looking for a fragrance that does have essentially just a simple, clean lavender with a spritz of water over top and then fresh woodiness underneath. If that's something that appeals to you, perfect. In terms of versatility here, great versatility. You're not gonna find many people out there who smell a clean lavender fragrance and go, oh, wow. Not gonna find too many people who are like, oh my God, what do you have on? That's fantastic. You're not gonna get much of that either. But just in terms of overall versatility, yeah, super versatile. At the end of the day, something very clean, fresh, and a little soapy, yeah, I mean, you can wear that anywhere. And with that in mind, it makes it a very, very easy to wear scent, something you don't have to think about at all. And if you want something that is simple, something that has maybe a slight relaxing, calming nature to it because of the lavender, then this would be a good choice. Yeah, absolutely. The cons, it doesn't really have much wow factor to it. So again, when you smell it, you may think to yourself, wow, pleasant, nice, clean. But it's not that type of scent, again, that you or other people are going to smell and be like, what is that? I need it. It just does not have that wow factor. Smell nice? Yeah. Does it smell nice? Yeah, nice. Amazing? No. And that means it does run the risk of, again, kind of parroting what I said before, being to some people nondescript. Something that you smell and it doesn't really, cling on anywhere in your brain. It's not something where you go, oh, I gotta file that away. That's something I need. That's something I need to remember. What is that? It's the type of thing you smell and you go, oh, that's fine. And then you could smell it later on that day and be like, what is that? Huh, I don't know, kind of familiar. It just doesn't have the wow factor. That's really the main thing. And then performance is, again, first impressions, so take it with a grain of salt here because I've only been able to wear it a couple times, but it's not amazing. It's better than Owen Cedar, so it is better than that, but it's not, it's definitely not a beast fragrance, which, to be fair, I mean, come on the back of the box, when water meets lavender, is anybody gonna read that and be like, well, I bet that's gonna last like 12 hours? Water? That's pretty strong. So this one ultimately I think is gonna be a fragrance that for a lot of people is underwhelming, because at the end of the day, you know what you're in for just by reading the box. I mean, you almost don't even need to smell it. A vibrant lavender from natural origin, enhanced by the freshness of water. There you go. So if you're looking for that next fresh bomb, that fragrance that's gonna change things, that's going to grab tons of attention, that's gonna just be a compliment monster, this is not that. If you want a clean, somewhat classy, fresh, vibrant, lavender forward fragrance with woods underneath, this will do that job. So for me, out of the 3 fragrances so far, that have come out in a similar fashion from Issey Miyake here. L'Eau d'Issey Vetiver is the best one in my opinion, then Solar Lavender underneath that, and then Owen Cedar underneath that. And I will reiterate once again that even though Issey Miyake really kicks stuff off with L'Eau d'Issey, right? That's where everyone's just, whoa, you know, when it came out. Still considered a masterpiece, I would say, a modern classic. They do fragrances better that are fall and wintertime scents. I think a lot of us would agree. Not that they're making just horrid summer scents, spring summer scents, but the difference sometimes is just like, what? Fall and wintertime, Issey Miyake has some of the best designer stuff out there, if you can find it. Yeah, that's the issue. But it's just like, the difference sometimes is wild. You get some stuff like Noir Ombre, right? Where you're like, and then you have Owen Cedar where you go, ugh. But yeah, that's Solar Lavender. Not too bad. It's worth checking out if you're a fan of the house or a fan of lavender fragrances, I would say. But you don't have to like fall all over yourself trying to get it. It's not something where you're gonna be mind blown, but as a simple, easy wearing lavender scent, it's pretty nice. Does need a little more push though. You could use a little more push, yeah. All right, that will do it for me. Thank you guys. Stay safe out there. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you later.